Hello and welcome to our podcast, Cozy Conversations with the Sister Project. I'm Lauren. And I'm Michelle. And we're so excited you stopped by for a visit. Come on in. Yeah, make yourself at home. We're two Midwestern sisters who love a good old-fashioned conversation and enjoy sharing our life experiences with one another and you. Consider this your one-stop shop for cozy, mindful well-being, along with some entertainment and lots of wheezy laughing. Oh, you bet there'll be a lot of that going around. Our goal is to live our coziest life and inspire you to do the same because the truth is, we think it's good for your mind and your body. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, let's get cozy. Well, hi there and welcome, you guys, to Cozy Conversations with the Sister Project. I am your host, Lauren, joined by my co-host and sister, Michelle.
Always here, always ready to go.
Always. She is always willing and ready.
I am.
Michelle, I want to formally apologize for not always believing the facts that you give me.
Thank you, Lauren.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. And I want to formally apologize to myself for second guessing.
I'm like, why are you apologizing to me?
2% of what I say.
Don't fight me. I like a good debate.
I will.
Okay, good.
Next time. Thank you. Apology accepted.
Thank you.
Now let's get on with the show.
Oh, okay, good. All right, you guys, today's Merch Monday. I know it's Thursday while you're listening to us or whatever the hell day it is, but today is Merch Monday and we are dropping our very first spring-summer 2024 line of merchandise. We've got 3 different sweatshirts. One that says Teeny Time that I will be wearing religiously. We got a Stay Cozy. We have a Cozy AF. We have a Stay Cozy t-shirt. We have a Slow Down White Crew, which I am obsessed with. It's a cute t-shirt. Could be worn in jeans or to your yoga class or wherever. And then we've got 2 totes.
And
Slow
they
Down,
are
hot pink. And then in honor of Michelle's favorite expression,
Bag of dicks.
Guys,
you guys all know how versatile this product is. And Lauren, can I just say that this sweatshirt, the crew necks, listen, I say that all sweatshirts, but by the way, our husbands are rocking the crew neck.
Black, yeah, it's actually like a stone. It's like a gray, it's like a washed, pigmented, dyed, blackish sweatshirt crew. Awesome on guys. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Looks great. Ryan modeled it for us last night.
Anthony's a size large, so is Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen, if you're listening, get your cozy convo loving wife.
Yeah, your
some merch for Mother's Day.
Yeah, your wife that desperately needs the reminder to slow down. You've done enough. We appreciate you. Thank you for everything you do.
Get her a tote bag, slow down, and get her a cute cozy sweatshirt. And if you're a teeny loving kind of gal like myself, a martini, get the Teeny Time.
And
it is so good.
And if you're feeling extra generous, get the tote, put the sweatshirt in the bag, and then also put a candle in the bag too. And you've just provided a very lucky lady with the coziest bag of shit. That didn't sound right. That's not going to be
No, that's okay.
But it is.
Fine.
No, it's fine, but it isn't. But you know what I'm saying? Just load it up, cozy style.
And ladies, send the links to your lovers, your baby daddies.
Yeah, I want
those
this.
responsible for helping you make the child.
Exactly.
Say, I want this.
Exactly.
Because you do. Here, I've got a review. So my friend and fellow yogi, Carrie, wrote in about the Bag of Dicks bag. She writes, I love that TSP has a bag of dicks because I always say Mitch McConnell sounds like he's choking on a bag of dicks. Fun merch, clap. And she is correct. Sounds like he's gobbling them up.
He's not a turkey. He's just choking on a bag of dicks.
And it sounds, this is an accurate statement. You guys, so excited. The link for that is in our show notes. Everything's always there. We are so appreciative of your support. This stuff is top notch. We got good quality product. We're not messing around wearing, Hanes Her Way.
No.
Shitty cardboardy, starchy sweatshirts. No. This stuff is cozy AF.
Yep. Love it.
Yeah. So good. Because we've got a great podcast for you today. We hope you enjoy it. We hope you stay cozy and we hope you shop this season's merch. Thank you. We love you. Thanks for tuning in.
She likes to have a good time.
Yeah.
She is hilarious.
I'm frozen. If she's anything,
you look like you hit the bottle hard. And you're still hitting it, and it still looks like that.
Am I gonna unfreeze?
You are.
Okay,
there you are. Oh, that was.
You know what? Today's been a little bit of a bumpy ride. I'm gonna just say it. This has been
Yeah, it's one of those days when you wake up and you say, Gosh, it's just going to be one of those days, isn't it?
I need it. Yeah. Well, no, I woke up with high expectations. It's merchandise launch day.
Yeah, Merch Monday. Big day. Even though today's Thursday when these folks are listening.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Well, today, right now, in the present, it is Merch Monday. Which I didn't realize that. Merch Monday.
Yeah, Merch Monday. Listen, I got all the zingers and the taglines. Just they're right here.
I'm just write that one down.
Right here.
Monday.
Right here. I don't know what these are. Invisible merch, one-line zinger holsters. I don't know.
Holsters.
Yeah. Your hair looks great, by the way.
I just want to let you know that. I appreciate, Michelle, you really pumped me up. You guys, listen, I went to the salon to go get my haircut. I talked about it on Instagram stories. My hair has changed the texture so much. I don't even know how to do it anymore. Mm-hmm. It used to be like a pretty wave, and now it's like a weird, fucked up, like the texture, my finger, I can't even brush it through all the way. Like I was like, did my hair get damaged? It's just hormones from postpartum.
Well,
from pregnancy.
You got a different haircut, or you did something different that you've never done before based on your new textured hair. And I'm here to say
struggling with it.
You're struggling with it, but on the outside, I'm thinking it's the best your hair has ever looked.
Wow, I really do appreciate that. I feel like a wrestler from 1977. If anyone's the Iron Claw, I look like Jeremy Allen.
No, you have haircut dysmorphia. Well, like what you're seeing is not what actually truly exists.
I like it. So what I did, you guys, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can see, I just got layers in. Mm-hmm. And people, when my hairdressers do my hair, they're like, God, you have so much hair. And I just don't see that. But when they start blow drying it and takes so long, I'm like, wow, I actually do. So I'm just really kind of figuring out what to do with it. So what I wanted, and I won't do based on how I'm feeling right now, is I want a shag, baby.
I don't know. I don't think you do.
I will never do it.
I don't think you do.
I will. It looks so good.
That's what those wrestlers look like. Oh, they have the shag. And I know. I don't know. I think, listen, you guys, this is the deal. Lauren and I, this morning we were going back and forth, and she was sharing the photos for the social media stuff that she was going to launch. Also, by the way, shout out to my sister for doing literally everything for the merch. Literally,
Michelle was in Florida.
Didn't do one thing. Not one thing. Thanks, Lauren, for doing it. She took one
photo with me. I hate the photo.
She wouldn't let us post it because of all of the reasons that she just shared here. And I'm coming from a place where I just came off of a vacation, and the only hiccup on my trip.
I go in the docs. I go, any hiccups traveling? One hiccup. This is it.
One hiccup. The photo taken by the kayak tour guide of me coming under the bridge. I look like, our mom resurrected.
She looks like our dead mom. Yeah. It is the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. The best part is
like kind of right before she died, which is even more fucked up.
Like, you mean minutes? Not even like within the month, but
I know that's dark, but
mere moments before death.
It's so bad. That's actually bad.
What's bad?
That picture. That is an actual bad picture. No, Lauren.
Michelle, I've been saying, that's not you. That's mom. That's not you. Mom came through the camera lens.
She sat there and I was teleported.
The reason why I look so much like our mom was like, she was like a little bit of a bigger woman. Like, Michelle, how would you describe mom?
Our mom was like, she was an apple. She was an apple.
She was like a little
Our mom
apple.
Was like a beautiful apple.
She was a beautiful apple. And Michelle's like this teeny tiny. Michelle, you're teeny tiny. You're like a small person. Yes.
I do have our grandma's bones structure.
You're like a miniature person. You are very small.
Are you serious? See, I have dysmorphia because I look in the mirror and I see like
this little
giant
little lady.
That is so weird.
But that's what it is. You do have more of a curvaceous bottom. So the angle in which you are sitting and leaning back in the kayak, it was the hips that took up the photo, and the rest of the lower and upper part of your body kind of matched the width because you were laying backwards.
So you
look like a peg. You look like a square.
This is the thing, though. If I'm the gentleman behind the camera, and I looked at some of his other photos, he takes great photos. Okay, he saw me. He met me in real life. He knows what I look like. Okay,
he wasn't looking at that photo like that.
Are you kidding me? No. I was like, and getting a negative review, even though the tour
posted it on Facebook.
All right, we're done. People are going to go looking. They're going to find it, and my whole life is going to be blown up.
It's so good. She even whipped it out at Easter last night. And even like all the brothers were like,
couldn't believe it.
Brother Ben, Uncle Ben, that's not you. That's not you.
That's not you. My family, when I saw it, I said, oh, let's look at the pictures that the guy posted. They're probably up now. And we were sitting at a table around dinner and I looked at it and I looked down and they were like, what? As the blood drained from my face. And I'm like, guys, I can't show you these. And they were like, show us. And I'm like, I just can't. I just won't. And they were like, show us the goddamn picture.
And
so
how
I showed
did they react to it?
We were howling at the restaurant. We were almost got thrown out. We were howling. Even Will, who is like super reserved and like doesn't like really, we were crying at the table. Like we couldn't rein it in. And then it took like a good 48 hours for me to be able to actually show it to make people laugh.
Well, it's not a true representation of what you look like.
Well, I just keep saying that to myself.
I actually think you should put it in Instagram stories.
And I will, because I want people to laugh.
This is that time you went to Mexico and you wore that head bandage. Michelle has this infamous photo from like Mexico 01. And she has...
It looks like a
bandage around your head, but it's a headband.
It's a scarf. It's a scarf. It's a scarf that I wrapped 7 times around my forehead like Axel, but not really. And my friend actually made the ornament out of it for Christmas and sent it to me where my family my God.
You might be getting
another ornament.
You might be getting another ornament. June. It's June. It's our mom. It's so weird. I mean, even like your face structure like turned into mom. I think honestly, she came through the lens. I think this was her way. You always say mom never comes to you. I think this is her saying, I'm here, bitch.
She really did. Oh my God. Was that picture taken on no, it wasn't. Anyway.
The Easter one. Anyway. So anyways, you guys, real quick, merch day, you guys. This is something we've been looking forward to for years. I've been wanting merch for so long.
You have, Michelle, which is why you did all the work.
Yeah, you know what? I'm fine with it too, because I wanted it. If I didn't want it, I'd be like, bitch, this was all you. Happy to do it. It was so fun. The process of like going to Lemonade. So we collaborated and partnered with Nikki and Morgan from Lemonade, Southside Girls. What's up, Southsiders?
What up?
They are really talented and creative and they get the biz. And they reached out to us. We reached out back and it turned into Merch Monday.
Oh my God. Merch Monday, match made in heaven.
So you guys, we got 3 sweatshirts. I'm wearing one. This is the Stay Cozy. This is the Stay Cozy hoodie. And it is the bone.
So good.
Let me just look. Yeah. How about that? It's so good. And I like that it doesn't have drawstrings but it's like that crisscross hood. It's because like an elevated hoodie.
It's a very elevated hoodie. Yeah. It's like a really good, like nice quality material. It's
washes
not going to,
beautifully.
Yes. Mm-hmm, love it.
Michelle,
I'm sporting the tee, the Stay Cozy tee. And it's like this very vintagey feel. Some of our relatives last night checked it out and approved of the
lots of touching last night.
Lots of touching, approved of the vintage feel.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a small and
I have an extra small and they run big. That Stay Cozy purple, the iris one, it runs big. So if you're like typically a medium, I would consider extra small. Extra small for me fits a little bit tighter. I like that. Michelle's is looser. It's super cute.
I love it. Now hang on, Lauren, before you go, because I want to share, because I feel like if you're looking to like for an outfit, to style, maybe you're heading out to the farmer's market and you need something to put your eggplant in or just some dicks. You've got this tote bag right here. Okay. And
this is the one thing Michelle had input on.
Yep. This is the only thing. I was like, bag of dicks. I don't care what else you do. This is mine. And I'm here to tell you that
it's so good.
And the way it just really complements. It's like the reverse of the color palette.
It's beautiful.
Loving it. Love it. $20.
$20
site linked.
Michelle, your t-shirt is 26. Okay. My hoodie is 64, I think. There's several other hoodies. There's another t-shirt, another bag that in bright pink that says slow down. It is everyone's reminder to stop rushing, including your own, most importantly. And it's been really fun. You guys, listen, here's a story about Michelle.
I'm just going to sit back and let Lauren talk about her experience.
We would go to Lemonade and we would like talk about like what we want to do. And Michelle, I would be like, let's do this t-shirt. Michelle's like, I hate t-shirts.
Yep, this one actually, and this shirt they showed. I'm like, I know this
about Michelle, so I'm like, okay, whatever. I know tomorrow it's going to be a different story. And sure enough, the next day she'd be like, I love that shirt. I'm like, and this is what she does sometimes with people.
That's not true.
Yes.
Movies, yes.
Yes, it is.
Do I flip-flop with people? I
just
feel
a couple.
like if
There's
you
a couple.
suck, you're never getting in my good graces.
Sometimes I feel like you can't quite see the true identity and you're like, today I like them, tomorrow I don't.
Hey, you know what I tell Lauren in response? I'm allowed to change my mind.
And I love that about you because you are.
I recently heard that, like in the last year,
like on TikTok.
Yeah, like it's like I was like sort of like a mindfulness, like an affirmation thing. And I read that and I was like, you know what? Because I've always been given shit for like, you know, like
the
being
world's
a
biggest mind changer.
I mean, I stay true to my things, but you know, it depends on the mood. And the mood here is
today your t-shirt, Gail. It's so cute. Yeah. So doing this with Michelle was hilarious. And then with La Malade, love working with another small woman. We could have gotten these made in China.
Yep.
And we're not down with child labor laws that aren't, you know, being followed. So we wanted to go with two ladies where we can go and touch the merchandise.
And who really care about the merchandise that they're selling themselves.
Yeah, they're not
like there's
around.
Not crap in the Lemonade store. Like it's all great, fabulous, elevated quality stuff. And I cannot wait for our listeners to finally sport it.
Yeah. And tomorrow, you guys, on Friday, we're having a giveaway. So be in tune to our Instagram. We're going to be giving away a $100 gift card to La Malade because they've got other apparel that you can shop from. One of our candles, a tote, and I'm thinking the Stay Cozy hoodie.
Love. Yeah.
That's
hell
what we'll
yeah.
do. Yeah, you guys.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So happy Merch Monday. Well, it's Thursday, whatever, but we're so excited. And this is the first of many lines. This is our spring summer line. The shop closes on April 14th, you guys. So get your orders in. Giddy up. And then we'll do this again fall winter. Yes, stay cozy. Okay, that's not the end of this podcast. Let's just keep going. Michelle was in Anna Marie Island, AMI, which I love. For spring break. We heard about your hiccup. It was a photographic
That was really it.
But really, other than that, then sounds like you had a freaking awesome time, huh?
Loved it. Loved it. Anna Marie Island is like, I mean, I kind of knew what to expect based on what you shared. And by the way, your guide, your Anna Marie Island guide on the blog, we literally followed it from top to bottom. It was such a great guide. You know what? This is what I'll say. Anna Marie Island is a hoppin' little island. The only thing I would do different next time is not go during the busiest travel week ever. But that's not to say that we still had an amazing time. Ryan and I were lucky enough to stumble upon the doctor's office because we could basically see it from where we were staying.
Okay, so I got an idea where you were. Isn't that a great bar?
And that we like manifested the dream experience. The guy leaned out the door and he said, "Come on, guys, I got 2 spots for you." We were like kind of like not sure if we were even going to get a spot. We sat bellied up at the bar, snacked on it. Lauren, did you have their sugared bacon?
I think we did actually. I can't remember.
They like put it on the bar and it's like sticking out. We ordered a salad that had it on.
I did not have that. No.
I had the pineapple martini that you said was the best ever. I could have had 100, but that would have been bad.
Stop drinking them.
You know, like where we stayed was great location. We tried the donut experiment. We did the kayaking tour. We didn't Yep, you do. We did. By the way, if you ever go back to that part of town, it's called, I think it's called Robinson's Preserve. Okay. And it's in Bradenton. Okay. It's like a 9-minute bus ride if it's like a whatever normal non-trafficy day. It was we kayaked through these mangroves and it was magical.
And no bridges, no alligators or anything?
No, because it's saltwater. We ended up going out into Tampa Bay.
Aren't there saltwater cracks or something?
They're not. There are not.
Good.
That's what the fellows told us. They
good.
Need
so that's
fresh
more like
water.
The Everglades.
I mean, we were in the water. Like, I mean, Anna Lady flipped going under because she saw the guy taking a picture of her and she got nervous. And so she fell underneath the bridge. That's what happened.
That's hilarious.
No, it was awesome. My kids loved it. The beaches are amazing. We had a great experience. Good. I want to give a shout out to Teresa Sullivan, who works for Peterson Travel Agency. She created this experience for us. I didn't have to do anything but show up. My golf cart was on our front door. All reservations for pickups were made. Everything was taken care of. And I just really can't say enough how somebody who doesn't have that travel gene, you know, like wants to travel, but isn't great at planning. She made it a great trip for our family.
Right on.
Yeah.
The only time we've used like a travel agent to help or like a concierge is when we went to Italy. And then when we went to Bali, we found a really cool tour guide. Actually, he hooked us up with some cool places. It helps. It's helpful than just kind of raw dogging it. But
I'm not a raw dogger. I've done it for many years, and I find that I've always had like anxiety and stuff over it. And this time I was like literally not worried about a thing.
Well, okay, good. I'm glad you guys liked Anna Maria Island. I can't wait. I miss that place. It's a very magical spot.
It's really great. The beaches are beautiful. Lovely.
It's really beautiful. While you were gone, Anthony and I took Luna to Rock and Roll Playhouse. They do live concerts. We think the Pigs should get up in the lineup for a good cover band.
That would be so fun.
It was so fun. It's an 11 a.m. concert in the morning at Thalia Hall.
Which I love.
We saw a Red Hot Chili Peppers cover band. And we're going again on this Sunday. We're going to see a Prince cover band.
Fun,
I'm dying
Lauren.
to see the Fleetwood Mac cover band and the, what's the other one I wanted to see?
I think I took my kids to see a Rolling Stones cover band there.
Fun.
I went with our
Queen.
graphic
I want to see
designer.
the Queen one.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude, I've got to tell you, I've been working on like it comes about just for a moment.
I feel like my boobs are really low today.
It's just because of what kind of bra you wearing there.
I'm not wearing a good one.
Well, that's why. Yeah. But you can't tell from the, wow. When you lift them like that, they are definitely lower.
Sometimes I forget we're on camera.
That's
I'm
okay.
So sorry.
Don't worry. Someone watching loves it. So what was I going to say? So yeah, bringing Luna to things.
Yeah.
I get a little bit of like anxiety of like what it's going to be like because she makes me laugh. She's a screamer. She screams. Rah! She's like a little banshee. And then she'll hilarious. And she's at that phase where she tosses herself on the floor.
Yes. Love that stage. Love that stage.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh my, no. I was like, why? Tell me like how to mind. So I am working on flipping the mindset, but this is real hard.
Yeah, this I would say is the most challenging because as we were talking about off mic, communication is a thing and they just what they want in that moment or don't want in that moment. Sometimes their only response is that like back breaker. And that's where you just go. That's where you say, you know what? This is what you need to do. You need to lower your expectation and be prepared for that. And if that's the circumstance, you're like, you know what? We tried. We're going to go.
And that's kind of what happened. And that's how it was wonderful. Like I didn't leave there. I had a little butterfly of like like, were there other kids like, acting a fool? But you can't compare.
You can't compare.
No.
Everybody's trying to get through the same thing. Everybody's sweating.
So true. And it's almost like you just have to really put on that armor and not give a shit about what other people think.
Really.
You can't.
You should not.
It's or else you're going to go into the tsunami of thinking and overthinking. And
that saying.
And I want to avoid that at all costs.
Whatever anybody's thinking of you is none of your business anyway.
I love that. You're absolutely right. So yeah, Luna and I have been going on adventures. My favorite thing to do with her, and you've mentioned this, and my friend Kim has mentioned this, is the coffee dates.
Lauren.
It's fun. We've got that down. Like we go, I get her, I know what to do. I know what to bring. I mean, cause I'm trying not to I'm not trying not to. I don't just I don't just give her my phone or something or put the iPad on. I want her to look around. I want her to make eye contact, like do all the shit that before she gets like addicted to phones, like we all are, And so, it's been quite a little experiment, but the coffee dates in the morning
that's darling.
They're fun. It's like one of the things I can really do with her.
She's really fun, and watching her, first of all, she likes to be scared. She likes boo. Us to do boo and whatever. And she was having a real good time with Uncle Ben. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was extra fun.
Yeah, listen, toddlers are no fucking joke. I kind of, no one prepares you for a couple things. No one prepares you for the change of texture in your hair or the toddlers. When people, I have to say this, when people say to other people, if you're going to say to somebody, when are you going to have a baby? When are you guys going to start trying, and go there? I need you to also, cause this is what my plan. I'm going to also say, I'll never ask anyone when they're going to start having kids. That's not, but also follow up with when you're having a baby, just so you know, the toddler years are so fucking hard and it's a lot. But when you're having that baby, I think people don't really tell the truth about what it's like to have a kid.
I think they don't. And I also think that that's an annoying question because there's this expectation that that's part of what you have to do.
Old school.
Right?
Old school. Yeah. But people ask it. People ask when people, I've been asked, when are you guys going to start trying for another one? Never.
Mm-hmm. When are you? You
never.
should really knock them off their game, especially if it's a person with like really gray hair. You know what? When are you? Someone that you know.
When Anthony and I were dating, I did that to someone about, when we were first married about, had a couple glasses of wine. And someone asked me when I was going to start, a family friend, when are you guys going to start having babies? And I said, when are you?
You turn it back around.
And they were like,
I like
65.
That. I like that.
I
bet that really shocked them.
Well, I got a little talking to.
By who?
I'm not, off camera, I'll tell you about that.
Okay.
Later day. But so there's that. Anywho, speaking of kids though, Easter was yesterday or a couple days ago at this point. And on TikTok right now, what like the big problem on TikTok is the Easter baskets. Okay. Because we've gone from a chocolate bunny to
what? A new car.
No, to frickin' the Stanleys. I saw a 6-year-old yesterday walking around with a Stanley cup as big as her body.
I know.
And I'm like, come on, you guys.
If she puts water in that thing, it weighs as much as her.
What are we doing here? The social media
it's
of
ruining
Stanley
things.
has... It's gone in a terrifying direction.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
As I've heard people say, it's the end of humanity.
I think the end is already here, just based on the presidential election.
Wait, stick with me.
Sorry.
So the TikToks, moms are doing like, pack my, stuff my kids' Easter basket with me. I mean, and it is like, Lululemon leggings, the Stanley Cup.
Oh, come on.
Firming cream. The one that really pissed off people was
an Easter basket for a child.
This was for an 8-year-old's Easter basket. An 8-year-old. The woman said, stuff my 8-year-old's Easter basket with me, firming cream. And people were just all up in arms. First of all, I don't give a fuck. It just makes for good content to talk about on your podcast.
Totally.
If you want to get your kid's skin firming, I mean, it's funny. But what are we doing? But what are your thoughts on this? Like, I don't give a shit, but that's too much. I'm not doing that for Luna. Luna gets her little goodies and it's not Christmas. It's the Easter, and I don't even believe in the holidays. So this is a spring celebration. This is, it's spring for me.
No, what were you saying? What was your thank you card to me yesterday? Thank you.
Jesus has risen. Jesus is or has risen, whichever one it is.
Or risen, depending on.
I think it was risen.
But I think that next year's meme should be Jesus has riz.
I love that. And I love her daughter, Mia, wrote on our little, Michelle decorated the house really cute yesterday. And she had like a little activity table and Mia wrote Slay King.
Yeah, no, she wrote
just slay
Jesus.
No, Jesus is risen, slay King. Wasn't it something like that? Yeah. So what do you think about this?
My thought.
Yeah,
these are my thoughts. I am not into, I'm definitely into filling a basket for my kids. In fact, my kids came downstairs, we were having breakfast and they were sitting there for a second and we were kind of chatting about the day. And I was like, oh my God, you guys have Easter. There's Easter baskets.
Where were you hiding them?
I wasn't hiding them. They were like on the fireplace, but they weren't huge. And
it's okay.
That's what I'm saying. And Mia looked at me and she goes, oh, thank God. And I was like, what? And she goes, I thought you were going to say we were too big for Easter baskets. And I was like, what? I will fill a basket for
all
you
day, every day.
Till I die.
Till death.
And until I look like that picture of me on the kayak anyway. And their Easter baskets were filled with their favorite candy, some True Fruit, a Fannie Mae chocolate bunny, some chapstick.
True Fruit.
Oh, True Fruit. True Fruit is the recent addiction in my house. It's freeze-dried strawberries basically wrapped around like a malt ball.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
No, you don't want them.
Are
They're
they
so
chocolate?
Good.
Is there chocolate involved?
The chocolate is the shell on the outside.
Got it.
It's like a malt around a freeze-dried strawberry. It's so good.
Okay,
but don't scan it on the Yucca app.
No, I won't scan it.
This is 0 out of 100.
Easter's not allowed to be scanned.
Okay,
and
those sound
really interesting. And chapstick. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's it. And you want to know what? Guys, they loved it. They loved it because they just want to pick through little things.
Yeah, and they just want little treats to nibble on.
So I heard Will going upstairs to his bedroom. We were like fast asleep, but I could kind of hear what was going on. I could hear him go in his room, rustle around, rip off some candy. I'm like, oh, there's a 10 o'clock p.m. blood sugar spike.
At last night, it was funny during Easter, during the Jesus is Risen, has Riz party. Mia disappeared to go bed rot for a little bit.
Just needed a rest, which was so funny.
Because I was ate too much. And you're the one that
So I was busted my ass. I hadn't sat down for 17 hours. Mm-hmm. She was resting.
She was resting, literally bed rotting. She came down. She was like, oh, hey guys. I'm like, are you okay?
I saw you go, were you just rotting? And she was like, mm-hmm.
Growing up, mom did not overdo our Easter baskets. Sometimes a little bit, I will tell you, it was at Easter when I started to see mom giving us the same CD, over and over. The Bodyguard. Oh, the Bodyguard was one of them.
That's
the Bodyguard
hilarious.
Soundtrack. Yeah, hilarious, but also like,
did anyone say they
keep track of? But
yeah,
I don't know, but I feel like, you know what? Yeah, she kind of set the tone for me as well. Like she didn't go crazy. We didn't get like new Gap sweatshirts or something. It was just like a little chocolate,
it was kind of
like
more
a CD.
It was like all about the food, honestly. It was like a good spread on Easter.
Yeah.
There was ham. There was always lasagna or stuffed shells. She would make that 7-layer salad. Like I remember the food vividly. And that
it was more about that.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's all the rage right now. Like, I mean, people are raging about this for the TikTok Easter baskets. And you know what? Yeah,
let's move on. Let's move on. I'm ready to move on
from the topic.
Yes.
Wow. You guys. Wow. Yeah. Michelle's barely been part of the conversation. I'm kidding. The fuck? Let's move on.
Oh my God.
All right. Let's move on then. Bitches,
yeah,
let's move on to reading, watching. Why do you have friends who are giving their kids Stanley Cups?
No, they all have Stanleys. That's not true. Stanleys. That's not true. I think Helene might be the only one. And
you're just bored with this topic.
I am. I'm actually bored with it.
I hate the Stanley Cup. I'm not going to lie. I think I don't get it. There's a straw. You can't put it in your bag. Like what you have to hold it around. You have to hold it and engage your bicep, which is great. But what's the point?
It's unnecessarily large.
This is why this happened.
Can we go back to everybody just like, let's start like a drinking glass, line of water. Just like take a glass of water.
Europeans rip on us. The French are like, why are you guys carrying around jugs of water? Like I'm not, and they basically, I was reading a whole article. One gentleman was like, well, I'm not afraid that I'm dehydrating. Like I drink plenty of water throughout the day.
It's literally faux show. That's what it is.
It's faux show. It is like a status thing. Well, here's the deal.
It is.
The Stanley mugs became a thing because they gave influencers a really good commission.
Yeah.
So that's why they blew up. And
they had a big campaign. Yep.
Yeah. And so once that happened, then there was like collector's items and like, Starbucks coming out with theirs, Target, people selling them on eBay for $900. It's become an
ridiculous.
embarrassment.
That is ridiculous.
It is. It's ridiculous. It is what it is. Let's move on. Reading, watching, and listening to.
Yes.
Michelle, you not finally.
It took
72 hours to finish The Women.
I took it down. 3 sittings, 3 reads. I finished The Women, and my first tears were shed on page 49. And
how many more times after that do you think you cried? Like
5.
5. Unexpectedly.
Yes.
Yeah, it just hits you, right?
And some of it was just little, the first tear shed was just over her exchange with the first vet that she was helping, who she was holding his hand as he basically died. And he looked at her and he just said, I wish I would have told her I loved her, which I didn't know was going to be the big ol'. I'll stop there.
Michelle will tell you the entire plot. Just read it.
Just read it. It's wonderful. And I learned so much. And once again, just realize reading about Vietnam, read about World War II, read about whatever. We all are just living in a cyclical world where the same shit just happens in a different way
for a different reason
over
again. But it's usually led by greed. Yeah.
Greed.
And power.
No, not usually. Yeah, it is led by greed.
Yeah. It's never
money,
like,
power.
I know. Okay. And now that you finished The Women, what will you be moving on to?
So I think I'm going to try something now. This is a legit book hangover that I'm having right now. And the struggle is real, trying to find something that matches that. So I'm going to do something different. I was always, whenever I'd finish an amazing book, it was like, oh, I'm on a quest for the next amazing life-changing book. And I think that that's a fair expectation to set for something after reading something at the level of The Women. So I have this book. It's called The Museum of Ordinary People. It's by Mike Gale. And the reason this is a very lighthearted read from what I understand. And I chose it because it's lighthearted.
Yeah.
But what caught my attention was it's about a woman who goes back after the sudden death of her mom to clean out her childhood home. And, you know, our mom died in the month of April, and I have a connection sort of towards that feeling, which was that was a weird place to be. But she discovers a book of encyclopedias, and from there, this whole world opens up. I don't know what this is about. It doesn't have a 4.0 on Goodreads, so you wouldn't read it, but it has a damn close rating. So
what does it have?
3.89.
I'm in the 3.8s and up.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Looks like you've lowered the bar a little bit.
Listen, sometimes I pick up those 4-pointers and I'm putting them back down. So I
totally don't close yourself off. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll see.
Okay, stay tuned. Let us know.
What about you?
Reading The Teacher by Frida McFadden. I joined the Book and a Chai Instagram like book club. I didn't read it on time because we were working on this launch, so I didn't have as much time, but I'm hooked. Frida McFadden is an incredible psychological thriller type of author. She has a real knack for getting you hooked into people's stories, and she usually kicks them off at the beginning. It's uncomfortable. There's something weird going on and you need to know more. So she hooks you right in.
Okay.
Fun fact that Jennifer from Book and a Chai, and if you guys are bookies, readers, you guys have to follow her as well. She told me that Frida McFadden, I guess it's just like a ghost name, her writer name. I don't know if she's like she's somewhere in the neuroscience field, whether that's a doctor or a scientist. She's like a brain person. She studies the brain, and she writes books on the side for like fun.
I did not know that. I'm shocked by that, but that makes sense that that's her genre.
That's her genre. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's a fun little tidbit.
It's a great tidbit. If you haven't read anything, Michelle, I really think you didn't read The Housemaid. Maybe one day think about reading it.
It's just not my genre.
Not your genre. I know, like
Verity, was like I feel like my first.
And what did you like Verity?
I was blown away by
that's how the house, I mean, that's how some of her books are, Frida McFadden's, because they get you and you're like, what? It's jaw dropping.
Okay. When the mood sets in, I will pick
Halloween time or something.
Fine.
Housemaid by Frida McFadden. You guys start there. Okay. So I'm reading The Teacher. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Anthony and I watched, the movie that won for Best International Movie at the Oscars, Zone of Interest. We watched that. That's the one where like the director stood up and vocalized his, I think what many of us are thinking, like what the fuck is going over there in Gaza. He voiced his thoughts there, and he's getting some backlash from people in the industry, which is wild. But here's what his film was about. The Zone of Interest was about an Auschwitz commandant. His name is Rudolf Höss, and his wife Hedwig, who strive to build a dream life in their family home, which is based right beside Auschwitz camp. And they literally have this beautiful home with this beautiful garden, a swimming pool. They are living, like if you were to look at it and not know what was going beyond their brick wall, you'd be like, oh my God, this is such a quintessential
magical place.
Like European, like almost like summertime home. It's stunning. It's just really picturesque. But millions
right outside their door,
people are getting murdered right across the way. And what is so intense about this film and powerful is that you see the beauty of their home life, and you never see inside the camps. You just hear it. You hear it, that you hear the fighting, the guns, the screaming. Sometimes they look out their window and see like the smoke smoke stacks, like smoking
from the crematorium or whatever.
Oh my God. It is.
Sounds heart-wrenching.
It's a really, it's a haunting movie. I highly recommend it though. It's really well done. And gives a perspective that I've never thought about before, that like families were just living their life next door.
Didn't actually consider that to be a possibility for 1 minute. That's
it's terrible.
Strangely, I might watch this.
It's a slow paced movie, but and there's not a ton of dialogue, so you kind of like sit with your emotions. You know what I mean? Okay, Michelle, will you be watching Ripley on Netflix?
Don't even know what that is.
Okay. So The Talented Mr. Ripley is one of my favorite movies. Gwyneth Paltrow, Matthew Damon.
It's connected to that?
Yes. So Andrew Scott, who plays Hot Priest in Fleabag, he stars as Ripley, and it's in black and white, and it's a series of basically I've audio listened to the book. So I'm so excited to see another version of it. He plays Ripley, and it's going to be more of like a broken down series.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Ripley.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay. So it starts this week, and it's on Netflix, you guys.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you going to be watching any Iowa sports on the TV tonight?
No.
You're not?
Anthony, I won't. I won't even.
I am here for it, guys. Caitlin Clark for the Iowa Hawkeyes they're playing LSU tonight, which we'll find out if they win.
I guess I should check her out.
She is a woman in
sports.
You got me involved in
fucking cleaning house, soccer.
Oh my God!
You tell a bunch of sports I care about. You got me involved in sports,
and soccer. I'm just here for all of these women that go out there and carry.
It's awesome.
It's not just there's no I in team, but I've watched her play several times, and she sure doesn't miss barely at all.
I'll tune in.
And she is unstoppable. This team is built around her. And listen, she has an opportunity right now. She's going to go and she's going to be drafted, but she's also
by the WNBA.
Yes, but I don't know the name and the details. There is a 3-woman basketball league, it's a 3-man league. It's a men's league. And I think it's where like retired or ex-NBAers or people that aren't in the NBA play in this. Well, she was just offered, I think, between $3 and $5 million to go to this league. So she has so she could either play in the WNBA, which she will.
Like if she was a guy, she'd probably get a lot more money. That's a fact. But okay.
Listen, she's a millionaire already.
$3 to $5 million. I know, but
do you know how much the women make in the WNBA? I
know, but it's not
$72,000. That's what her salary would be. Okay.
But she should. How much are those guys getting? I want whatever
Millions.
But I want her to get matched to whatever that her team. She's going to play with
she's
going.
Team. She's going to play. She hasn't. No, she hasn't. I don't think she's made a decision yet. There's some overlap with the teams. I think that she could. I don't know. She's making history. She's getting opportunities. She's a badass.
Equal pay for women to make as men is also making history as well.
Yes,
and I would love to see that.
Yes, it is. And our women's soccer players, they spearheaded a lot of that too. They did big time. Hell yeah. So
okay,
that's
Michelle,
what I'll be watching.
You know what? I will tune in. I'm sure Anthony will be. So it's tonight. Okay. I will do that.
6:15.
All right, Michelle, I don't think I have to. I know what the answer to this next one is, but what are you binging?
I'm changing it. I'm changing it up.
I thought you mean you're changing it up from what I'm reading
I'm changing it up. I am listening to, I'm in the process. I'm almost done listening to Beyonce's newest country album, Cowboy Carter.
Yeah.
I have so many thoughts.
Tell them.
I have never listened to a Beyonce album before.
And have you listened to country before?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like country. I'm not diehard and I don't love all of it, but I like country and we sing a lot of it. And there's some good stuff out there. I kind of love this album. There are the first 4 songs on her album. American Requiem is what she starts with. I think it's amazing.
Okay.
Blackbird, obviously she covers a couple songs. She covered Blackbird. She covered Jolene. Mm-hmm. She's got the country greats on here. Dolly Parton is on. Willie Nelson is on.
When you say he's on, are they collaborating? I haven't.
Willie Nelson does like this little speak. this album is more than just an album. It's
a collaboration.
It's just like this
it's art.
It's art. It's
an
installment of this is pretty.
That's a wonderful word.
It's pretty incredible. So Willie Nelson is introducing a song. Dolly Parton, she covers Jolene, but I'm pretty sure she changed some of the lyrics.
Some of the words Jolene. A little bit. Yeah. Hers sounds a little, I guess people are, and I've listened to it, that it's like a little bit more threatening. Like it's like she's protecting her family. And
it's moving. I don't know. I kind of love it. I
love it.
I love it.
I'm loving experiencing this, watching her be a chameleon and basically turn into this country singer and have this moment.
That I'm amazed that I'm not amazed. I'm not surprised at all that she can, create a new, completely different genre of music. I do kind of want to know, like, what makes a country album country? Because some of these songs, like, is it the wording like in music? Is it the melody, or is it, I don't know, because some of the songs I'm like, is that country? I'm not sure. Like Spaghetti is that was one of my least faves on the album. I'm like, that doesn't sound country to me. There's a couple that I'm like, I don't know if those are country, but it's got a country vibe, and I'm here for all of it.
Beyonce's number one fan, Devin, loved Bodyguard. She was flipping out over that.
Hang on. I don't know if I've heard that one yet. Is that towards the end? It might be.
And
yeah,
I'm really enjoying.
No, I have heard it. That one didn't stand out to me.
So I'm just really, I'm enjoying watching the transition of fashion as well, because I have always enjoyed her, like what she wears. And I was thrown by the cowboy hat at, I think it was the Grammys. Mm-hmm. And I didn't see this coming. I didn't know she was wearing a cowboy hat because she was having a country album. So I love that. It's fun too to see artists, play a little bit and lean into it. And she is leaning into it. And I really am admiring the way that she can reinvent herself and like rebrand herself. And it's fun to watch people do that, because I have dreams of doing something, a drastic change like that. And it's very inspiring. Well, I have to listen to the entire album. I have not listened to it all yet. I listened to, of course, Texas Hold'em on repeat.
Which the Pigs are covering. At least we're going to try. Yeah.
Michelle,
tonight we're going to practice it for the first time.
Oh, heck yeah. And I love Jolene, the original one. And I love her rendition of it. I like Miley's rendition of it. I have not heard the collaborated song that those two did. And after the Grammys, I really found myself to be being a fangirl for Miley. So I'm excited to do that.
Her voice is insane.
I need to do a little bit more research. There's more cultural aspects of her covering and doing country music. And I'll do some reading on that so I can actually have a proper conversation.
Same.
So you and I can kind of discuss this next week, because I think there's some important things to think about there. Okay, cool. Yeah.
She's from Texas, right? Isn't Beyonce? Yeah. I mean,
and that's another thing Devin told me. She's like, she's Texas. I'm like,
she's from Texas. And totally.
So cool.
I also felt like she was having I need to listen to other albums, I suppose, to be able to speak on this, but it sounded like maybe too, like she was having some fun with her vocals, like doing different things, kind of like rocker kind of vibes. And I don't know. I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep listening.
I always think back of the time that her sister beat her husband's ass. And I'm thinking that Jolene might be that person that she's, hooting and hollering about.
I think you might be right, dude.
I've been listening to I've Had It, which is one of my favorite conversational podcasts out there. It's Pumps, and I forget the other lady's name, but one's a former lawyer and the other one's an interior designer, and they've got their intern or their sidekick. And it is one of the funniest, smartest podcasts I've ever listened to. These women do not fuck around.
They really don't.
Sometimes when we say things and we're like, oh, we're going to lose a follower. I'm obsessed with them. They don't care.
Their whole platform is based on, do you think they get a lot of hate?
Yes. And they read it on air. And that's one of my favorite things is when they read their hate mail on their audio or on their podcast. It's just... it's so great. They don't give shits. They don't have any to give. They do them. And they bring up also really important topics, which I think is important too. They bring up things like, Roe v. Wade and MAGA and white supremacy, but they're not all in that, because they'll cover that, but then they'll talk about how much they fucking hate Stanley. Exactly. What their assistant, I forget her name, does is she'll pick stuff from like the Mirror or the Daily Mail. And she's like, okay, guys, I got an article for you that we're going to read a little bit on air. And then they just go after it. Listen to
they kind of pump me up a little bit.
One is called Pumps. One of her nicknames is Pumps. Yeah, they pump me up too.
Is that who's the main girl? Who's the lead? The one that does most of the talking?
I feel like it's equal airtime for them.
Okay. I feel like I'm on TikTok. I'm watching the gal who would be on the left, who's got the darker hair, not the blonde.
No, the Pumps, the one, the lawyer is Pumps, I think.
Pumps,
I don't know.
Me up. pumps me up.
They're great. It's a great show. And it's what I hope that Cozy Convos does for our listeners is like, it makes time go by when you're cleaning, your kitchen or getting the house together after a long day. It just makes time go by faster. And I'm laughing and thinking too. I'm like, oh, this is a good point. So I would definitely check out I've Had It, you guys. They're good. Basically, as you can tell by the title of their podcast, they cover things that they have had it with. And they'll be like, I've had it. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you for bringing that to light. Okay. So that wraps up reading, watching, listening to. Michelle, what are you doing for your own cozy mindful well-being? You have a great tan and that always adds to my well-being.
It does. It does enhance. It leveled it up for sure.
Doesn't it? Why do we feel good once once the sun kisses our skin?
I don't know. It gives you like a feeling of like aliveness, or like just like maybe it represents this idea of getting some rest while you were on vacation.
So you look restful with a glow,
which was kind of still a struggle with me. Like I found myself waking up. I'm going through these changes, these sleep patterns. So my cozy mindful well-being recently has been the Wana Stay Asleep gummies.
And are they working for you?
Well, I can tell you this. I have slept very, very well these last few nights.
Okay.
The problem is what was happening is I'm waking up sometimes with this anxious, racing thought. And this is a hormonal thing. This is like this cortisol thing.
You're not worried about a stressor right now. This is just happening. It's just
like you're waking up and I could like almost like feel the cortisol. So what I have found is if there was a rise in the middle of the night, there was a subdued, anxious hum, which I appreciated. Okay. And that is what I'm here for.
Okay, cool. So you may have woken up, but it wasn't at all.
It wasn't at all.
It wasn't at all. Okay, well, that's helpful. I wonder if that's like the heavy dose of like CBD or something that's in there.
I'm wondering the same thing. So I'm going to keep going on that because the sleep is the thing that concerns me, and I want to make sure that I'm getting as much good sleep as possible.
So these are, you guys, cannabis, THC, and CBD, and I think there's some melatonin in that stay asleep one too. You can find these at your local Curaleaf dispensary. You guys, Sister30, use your 30% off code. It's good for, I think, another month or two. It's good once per customer. And it's worth it.
Take advantage.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Michelle, I don't have anything for this area because I feel
because you've been so busy launching our merch.
Yeah, I've been a little busy, but I will tell you that what I have been doing is keeping track on my whiteboard of every day, my movement. Like, what am I doing to move my body? And I like to write it down so I can see it. And so like when I look to my left and I see last week, 5 days last week, I intentionally moved my body.
Good job.
And so that to me, that will be my answer. I think keeping track, it helps hold myself accountable. And I've been doing those motherfucking jumping jacks, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
I do 100. I start and I call it my core power. I call it my cardio blast, my cardio burst, 100 jumping jacks. And I usually do it like 3 times because I'll do arms or legs in between. And I feel a little bit more like a little
tightened up. Hell yeah. Have you seen, like, I've been very curious about these like wall Pilates things that are popping up in my feed. Like, I might implement a little wall Pilates action or just like some basic, like cool and effective. Like these 20, I'm down for like the challenge. Like I'd do like a 28-day challenge and kind of gauge whatever.
You're just to be ripped.
Could you imagine?
You should do that.
Especially after that photo on the kayak. I'll do anything to get myself back in order.
Doesn't represent who you are.
You're right. It does.
All right, you guys, it doesn't. You guys, we hope you enjoyed today's podcast. All of our merch and everything we mentioned, as much as I can keep track of, is linked in the show notes. It's just where you find where you press play. The show notes are somewhere underneath there. So just scroll up.
Listen, don't give up. It's not hard. Just
or Google show notes on Apple. It'll lead you there. They'll circle it, and you'll find it. All right, you guys, you know what to do.
Stay cozy, everybody.
Thank you for joining us for today's cozy conversation. For more of The Sister Project, check us out on Instagram at The Sister Proj and our website, www.thesisterprojectblog.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast and maybe even drop us a review. Until next time, stay cozy.